Hello, and this is Fable 3, and I'm continuing Analogue, a hate story. Okay, let's load this one. This, I guess. A pack of idiots. When our family falls into decline, I just wanted to be perfectly clear why. It's because Taehyun's sons are the biggest collection of idiots on the entire ship. Father says these sorts of words shouldn't be written down, calling them unfilial, but I'm skeptical. I intend no disrespect to my noble ancestors, but my dead uncle is no ancestor of mine, and his family deserves no respect. This has been in motion for years now. It was an inevitability, failed pronouncing, even that any sons of Taehyun would turn out the way they did. But up until now, to anyone outside of the family, it's been well hidden. Only now is it starting to fall apart in a way that no amount of good politics can disguise. The turning point was this year. At the time I write this, I am returning from Sungyung's funeral. In that family, there were 3 brothers. Sungyung, the drunk, Sungkyu, like thank you, the dim-witted brute, and Sangmin, who despite being the eldest, seems to have more interest in cavorting with courtesans than creating an heir. Noticeably absent from the morning proceedings was Sangkyu. What he was doing, I do not know. Knowing him, I can only guess. The affair was made even more laughable by Sangmin and his widowed mother's insistence that Sangyung had died of natural causes. Apparently they had even found a doctor willing to put such nonsense on the official record. An unmarried noble managing to drink his way into the grave at only 13 years of age would be embarrassing enough. To brazenly try to hide the obvious, however, that will mark the beginning of the Smith family's fall. This seems pretty interesting. I have no idea what's going on. I have read this one and a couple others before, but I don't really understand the story, but yeah, seems great. What do you have to say? Oh, hello. Actually, I was just testing that indicator icon to see if it would get your attention. I just thought, it would be a good way of letting you know when I had something to say. I mean, like, if I think it's super important, I can always just interrupt you, but, I don't want to distract you if I can help it. I mean, that would suck, right? What kind of computer program forces herself onto you right in the middle of you trying to work? So I'll try not to do that. Anyway, that's all. I guess it worked. Carry on and I'll set the indicator again if I want to tell you something. Okay. Hyun-ae? That was block 4 and block 6. Dear Smith. What is this? Mute. Oh, doesn't seem like a Korean name to me. I actually didn't read this. I accidentally skipped it and Hyun-ae deleted it. I'm thrilled to read it this time, because I want to know what was it that made Hyun-ae delete it. It's got something to do with the story, obviously. Smith King-san, I don't know why you insist on putting this all in writing when we could just have a perfect good conversation. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm happy to do it. Whatever you want, you're the man. I just think it's a little weird. I don't really get it. Anyway, as to your question, you're spot on about the pale bride being the focus of attention in the royal family. Not for the reasons you want it, though. I don't know where you heard those rumors, but they are so not true. That girl? A troublemaker? No way, I don't see it. Like, it's not even convincing as a rumor. That girl is the most polite, most obedient person I've ever seen in my entire life. The idea of her fighting with her husband is completely unimaginable. In over a month, I've never so much as heard her raise her voice in disagreement. She's quiet, courteous, and does everything she's told without even the slightest hesitation. I'm sorry, but there's just no way you could possibly exploit any drama here. This is as undramatic a situation undramatic a situation as it gets, especially not compared to what the situation with your cousin and that courtesan. And don't get me wrong, she bugs the hell out of me. The girl is just too perfect. She's young, she's beautiful, she's demure to the point where I don't even think she has a personality of her own. But she also gets along perfectly with the queen. Well, of course she commands all the attention of the emperor. Like, can you blame him? I'm sorry, but there's no way he's ever going to be anything but extremely grateful to the Kim family for giving her over. So, the Pale Bride seems to be a Korean Mary Sue character. But I think I pressed space earlier. I'll try it again. Oh, we didn't buy mute? Oops, I'm sorry. I don't really know how I got that in there. Yeah, don't pay any attention to that. Sorry. None of that really matters. I'll just go ahead and remove that. Really, I'm not normally this much of a kludge, I swear. Okay, so Hyun-ae is trying to hide something. And it deletes it. The new hair. When he died this year, my father was an absolute nobody. I don't say this to disrespect his honor. It's the complete opposite. He knew it, and that was a far worse fate than he ever deserved. It wasn't until I was maybe 16 that I even realized we were supposed to be from a noble family. Certainly we never had much of means. Father was a minor official in the interior decks, and spent his last days dealing with minor peasant disputes. Of all things, peasant disputes! With the poverty we lived in, no wonder it never really sank in that we were of noble blood, not until I met the main family for the first time. So this is the family's son? One of them? I forgot their names. I'm really bad with long and distracting names. They were proud, despite the fact that I now realized that they were too suffering from our same lack of royal favor, but I could tell they're different. They hadn't given up. Their son was still alive at the time, and even though he was a child half my age, I couldn't believe his confidence. It put us to shame, absolutely put us to shame. But their son died later that year, and my father died just a few months ago. I didn't know what we were going to do, but Mother managed to convince sister's husband to adopt me into the main Kim family. I don't think it took much. So now I'm here, just like that, Kim Jung-soo's adopted son. Not that I have the time or position to be proud, but having spoken sincerely with my new father, I think we're on the same page. I am going to study furiously, and I'm going to become a scholar official. What I didn't tell him was my ambition. I won't settle for any peasant jobs. I'll be better than that. I like you. You have lots of ambition. No, sorry. But this seems like an interesting character. I'm not going to stop until I manage to fulfill my father's dream. High Magistrate, I won't settle. I will not settle. I think Jung-soo expects me to disappoint him, but I damn well will not. If I'm heir of the Kim family, I'm not going to let him down. He wants prosperity, I'll give it to him. More importantly, I'm never going to let any other Kim son feel like his family doesn't get the recognition it deserves. Never again. I swear on my ancestors, never again. Well, I suppose I can give you more about Jung-soo. I don't know, I don't think you'll really find him very interesting, but here, you can see for yourself. That's the exact same, it's the exact same thing I read earlier. You're silly, Hyun-ae. I guess it's time for me to quit this episode. I shall just save. Okay, we played 2% of the game. And yeah. See you next time. See ya!